Morning everyone. Today I want to talk to you about, should I do it? Can I outsource it? 2 questions that can change your life. And it is Tuesday Tactics today. So I've called it Tuesday Tactics because I'm going to be talking to you about, kind of systems, outsourcing, business systems, hacks, these types of things that are hopefully going to be quite easy to implement into your existing operation and hopefully give you some pretty decent results. So this is a big one. It'll hopefully be a relatively short vlog episode today because there's not a huge amount to cover. But back in my time in the company that I co-own, Systems Outsourcing, I coached probably around 150 business owners in how to systemize and outsource their businesses. And what it ultimately comes down to is there's a control kind of gene that entrepreneurs have that they can't let go. It's a fear of letting go, the fear of losing control, which is something that so many entrepreneurs struggle to deal with. And as a result, they end up doing more, thinking that nobody can do it as well as them. And I always used to say this because, having experienced it firsthand, I'll be honest with you, nobody does do it as well as you. Okay, you're the business owner, you know your business better than anybody, but nobody will do it as well as you. However, after a period of time, they'll do it better than you ever could do it. And that's the game-changing moment, when you realise that bringing in people with expertise in certain areas are going to do things better than you, where you're trying to spread yourself so thinly and trying to be a jack of all trades but master of none. Morning. So it's important to understand that, and hopefully that will help you kind of understand the importance of letting go. I think we've got a big tractor coming behind me, so it's probably going to catch up with me very soon. But anyway, the next stage though is even when you understand that, the actual implementation of letting go is very, very difficult. And you start looking at your workload and you think, where do I begin? How do I kind of deal with this? And I think, right, just going to pull over to the side. Let this big old tractor. But yeah, it's then you're looking at your ever growing to-do list and looking at all the priorities in your business and then thinking, well, how do I start? How do I do this? It's a really simple exercise, really. You just have to ask yourself 2 questions. And when you ask yourself these questions over and over again, it starts to become habitual. You hear me talking a lot about the power of habits and the power of being able to, turn something that's quite alien in your life into something that's very much a routine. And morning. And we talked about needing to implement things for 66, 67 days. I can't remember exactly which one it is. Certainly one of those before it then becomes a habit. Looks like this vlog. I talk about the vlog all the time, and this is a habit to me now. It's actually quite nice to run today, but there's been days where it's been bitterly cold, windy, horrible, raining, horrible running conditions. But because it's a habit, I don't even argue with myself now, just get out and do it. And that's the same principle when you reinforce something over and over again so it becomes a routine. And all you need to do when you look at your workload, this is for people when you're starting straight away. It's a bit of an exercise to kind of go through everything that needs to be done. And first and foremost, you've got to understand the resources at your disposal. Now, you get a lot of kind of entrepreneurs, business owners that are one-man bands. So if you're a one-man band, you can still outsource. People think, you can't outsource. Well, there's always nearest and dearest who are often willing to help out if you've got everything on your shoulders on your own that you can potentially pull in some help from. And you've also got professional services that you can outsource to. So the amount of people that will do their finances, for example, as opposed to bringing in an accountant who's got a bookkeeping team who can do that for you, or bringing in a virtual assistant who's got bookkeeping skills who can take that away from you for a really low hourly rate, and it frees yourself up. So there's always ways you can outsource, and people always try and put these obstacles in front of your way. There's just a couple of examples of how you can do it. But the exercise that I want you to do is ultimately look at everything you've got in your growing to-do list and just ask yourself 2 questions, right? Should I be doing this? Right? And put yourself in business owner mindset. Try and visualize what your business looks like a year, 2 years down the road, you know, in terms of where, you know, it should be in line with your goals, your ambitions, all these things. You should have a pretty good visual representation in your mind about what your business looks like. So you haven't done, that's a different exercise altogether, and I will do a separate episode on that at some point in the future. I'm reading a book called Psycho-Cybernetics at the moment, and that's all about visualizing, imagining what you're going to do, and it kind of creates this almost like superpower which can help you on your path to getting there, because you're so clear in your mind about where you're going. It gives you that remarkable clarity. And I'm still only halfway through the book, so I'll give you an update on it once I've finished it. But anyway, back to the question. So, you know, you've got to put yourself in business owner's mindset. Do you compare yourself to other business owners? You shouldn't normally compare yourself, but if you're struggling with this, think about businesses that are at the next level up from you. What does the successful businesses, what does that business owner do? Does he spend his time doing bookkeeping? Does he spend his time picking up customer calls all the time and doing customer service? Does he spend his time, you know, doing all the marketing activities, all the sales? Does he spend his time doing everything? Or does he have a team around him and he really spends most of his time on the direction, the vision, the leadership, the growing of a team, the putting the systems and processes in, the infrastructure, the stuff that's building a business that can stand on its own 2 feet? You know, because a business really is only a business when it has the capacity or the ability to operate as an independent entity without an over-reliance on key personnel. And people forget, oh yeah, my business doesn't have any key personnel, you know, my business thrives without that. But they're forgetting to include themselves in that argument. And 9 times out of 10, probably higher than that, the entrepreneur is the ultimate key member of personnel of the team, that if the entrepreneur stopped working, the business will stop, and that's not a business. So bear that in mind. So back to the question, should I be doing that? Now you've got this new visualization of what you should be doing as a business owner, as an entrepreneur, you know, opening new opportunities. You know, these are the types of things that the business owner should be doing, working on the business rather than it. It should be quite easy when you understand that. Should I be doing that? Yes or no? And then you go down the rest of your list, and once you've marked which ones you should be doing, now there are certain things like strategy or strategic planning. You will do that. You might get involved with the marketing strategy. You might do the strategic, directional, visionary stuff. Okay, you might do that. You might do some analysis of opportunities. Okay, but really high-end, high-level stuff, high-income generating activities you would do. But the vast majority on that list, you know, will be lower administrative, repetitive, recurring work that you should absolutely not be doing as a business owner. You know, and that's where you should be looking at your resource, try and bring new people in, or look at the resource capability that you currently have access to, and seeing how you can kind of pass some of this stuff over. So once you've got that list and you know what you should be doing and what you shouldn't be doing, the second thing is to say, can I outsource this? And what I mean by that is, can I outsource this now? So this is where you need to put a bit more thought into it again. Right, you're not going to be able to outsource everything if you are a one-man band. If you don't have the financial resource to bring in people, you might have loved ones that you can pull a favour for a short term, and you might have some professional services who you can bring in on a contractual basis to deliver on certain elements of the business. So look at that. So that's what you need to understand. You need to understand your financial resources available to you, and it has to be sustainable. There's no point going, I'll outsource everything, I'll bring in a team of 20 people, where you can't afford to do that because you're going to go under. So you have to understand the financial implications of this, but it should never be a reason to not do it. Even if you have very limited financial resources, like I say, there are always nearest and dearest you can pull the odd favour from, as long as you use that free time that you're freeing up to exponentially move your business forward, then it's definitely worth calling in those favours. You know, you can always pay them in the future at some point, something along those lines. So you then go through that list and you're looking at the stuff that takes up most of your time, but it's super easy to do. And that's where you can identify those tasks in particular, because they're the quick wins. They're the ones that should be relatively easy to pass over to somebody else, but give you quite a significant amount of your time back. And that's where you can then reinvest that into building the foundations of your business for growth. So I could go into a lot more detail on the prioritization mechanisms, on how you can kind of do this, but just for today I'm going to stop there and just remind you to focus on the two questions. Should I be doing this as a business owner, and can I currently outsource this? If you just ask yourself those two questions, and once you've done this exercise once, you can do this on an ongoing basis on when any new job drops into your inbox. Should I be doing this as a business owner? Can I outsource it? If you get good at mastering this exercise, you'll master the art of pushing stuff out and outsourcing it far more effectively, far more naturally, than battling with those inner emotions of, oh, I need to keep control of this, or nobody's going to do it as well as me, which is super, super important. So, to summarise, you're a business owner. Remember that. Remember that a business is only in a business in its ability to operate as an independent entity without an over-reliance on key personnel. You are a key member of personnel, so you need to free yourself up from the day-to-day running. And you do that by this exercise. Should I be doing it as a business owner? Can I currently outsource it? And then as you start outsourcing more, you start freeing up your time. Hopefully you'll start building up the revenue streams to your business, because that's what our number one focus is, isn't it, as a business owner, is making sure you're driving the revenue. When you start driving that revenue, then reinvest it in building a bigger team until you have all the key roles in the business covered by a team of people. Then, and only then, is your business able to stand on its own 2 feet without your involvement. That's when you have to then start focusing on the systems and outsourcing side of it, the systems side of it and processes side of it, to ensure that you're then not reliant on, key personnel having or retaining all the IP of how to do something. So that's pretty much it for me today. If you've got any questions on this stuff, please just fire me a comment. I'll respond to everyone. If it's a bigger topic, I'll do a separate vlog episode and I'll tag you in. If this is relevant information to you and it's cluttering up your social feeds, just unfollow. No problem there whatsoever. But before you go, do subscribe to my Runpreneur YouTube channel, whereby all of the full-length episodes are released in real time. There's 170 or so at the moment and counting, and they will catalogue nice and neatly into playlists, and hopefully there'll be something in there that you can use as a free resource at some point in the future. Also, make sure you're in the Facebook Runpreneur community, which is where all the free resources of this vlog will be hosted. So that's it for me today. That's all that's left to say is that the Runpreneur vlog was set up to help entrepreneurs, small business owners, overcome those major emotions of stress, anxiety, overwhelm, and how you can use exercise as a mechanism to control, manage and thrive under these emotions. In fact, every entrepreneur and business owner experiences, and often it's the difference between success and failure for how that entrepreneur or business owner deals with these emotions. If you don't deal with them, pressure builds up. Pressure builds up, something breaks, and it's usually either the entrepreneur or the business. If either of those happens, it's normally terminal to the success chances of your business. And there's a strong reason why only 1 in 10 businesses will last the test of time, and I believe this is a major contributor. So, my pledge to you guys, if you are somebody who struggles with these emotions, struggles to deal with them, just drop me a message. I'll jump on a call. I've actually got a call today with a business owner who's feeling these emotions. There's no sale, no nothing in this. It's just I want to help this guy put a few simple principles into play that are going to help him deal with these emotions, manage them, not feel so much pressure, and release him to be able to thrive and continue on his journey to success. So please reach out if you are one of those people, as I've been there before and I've lost businesses before because of this stuff. It's only now, as I approach 40, that I feel I have a technique and a mechanism to be able to manage this more effectively. So, that's it for me today. And as always, all that's left for me to say is stay positive, stay happy, and I'll speak to you tomorrow. Bye.